Well, good afternoon and welcome to Injustice Investigations. I'm your host, Al Scott. As always, we thank you all for tuning in to today's show. We're going to get right into it. We have a couple of topics we want to bring to you. Some breaking news stories. Sorry, today is not even though I'm reading something on it now, today is not an R. Kelly day. So maybe tomorrow. We have some other news that we have to get to. So let's do that. It happens more often than you think. And even when it happens, it's somewhat hard to believe. But it happens. A white girl, 19 years old, Sarah Wilson in Virginia, was in a car with her boyfriend in 2014. They were pulled over by Virginia police and narcotics officers. Sarah Wilson was not the prime target. Her boyfriend was at the time. However, that's not the issue. They detained 19-year-old Sarah Wilson. She was put in handcuffs. They put handcuffs on her in the back. Okay? Handcuffed. She can't do anything. Can't go nowhere. Try to run, she's going to fall. Very difficult to do anything when you're handcuffed. Not that I know. But the police alleges she got a gun while they were trying to get control of her boyfriend, who they said was combative with them. And so they were not paying any attention to Sarah Wilson at the time, or they would have prevented her from committing suicide. 19-year-old Sarah Wilson was handcuffed by the police. Somehow she got a gun. While her hands were still handcuffed behind her back, she was able to get a gun, and she shot herself in her mouth, and she died. She was pronounced dead on the scene. Okay. In Lafayette, Louisiana, I think this was also in 2014, a black male, Victor White, was stopped by police. He as well was handcuffed, put in a SWAT car in the back. Some kind of way, Mr. White, even though handcuffed, was able to get the officer's gun, shot his own self one time in the chest and died. Said it was suicide. The family later filed a federal lawsuit against the city, and they won, and they settled out of court for an undisclosed amount of money. Now, if you all have good afternoon, Mr. Wells. Good afternoon, Mr. Scott. Can't stay long. I'm about to have back. Oh my God, Jesus. Well, I wish you all the best, Mr. Wells. There, you always tune in to the show there, and I gratefully appreciate it. But your health is more important right now than listen to this old black guy run his mouth. But you have my prayers, and I will keep you in mind. And when you come out of everything, let me know that you are okay. So you have my prayers, you and your entire family, Mike Wells. Now, if you've been following my show, you probably know what I'm getting ready to say next about these two stories, right? The white girl in Virginia, handcuffed, shoots herself in her mouth, kills herself, commits suicide because she was depressed. Good afternoon, Deborah, and how are you today? Thanks for tuning in. Now, the mother doesn't believe it. The people in the city don't believe it. They was extremely fast with closing the case. But that wasn't all of it. Let's talk about the body cams that the officers had on when they stopped 19-year-old Sarah Wilson in Virginia. Let us look at the body cam. Oh, man. Damn, what? Man, that thing has stopped working. There is a reason why many people in this country do not trust the police. And it's simply because not only do they not trust the police, they have no respect for the police. And respect is never given. Respect is always earned. The police in this country have a history, and it's not a good history. You got homicides that they call justifiable homicides, police brutality. They lie. They serve and protect one another and cover up by any means necessary another officer's wrongdoing. This girl commits suicide, shoots herself in her damn mouth, and your body cam, it just mysteriously stopped working? Case closed. I believe that. Like I believe the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan has a dream of his white daughter saying I do to a black man. In other words, that's bullshit. Straight bullshit. Straight bullshit. But, as I told you a little while ago, believe it or not, this happens more often than you think. And believe it or not, cops get away with it more than you think. It's seriously time for police reform. Good afternoon, Joe and Oliver. We really need some police reform in this country because they have gotten out of control. And the longer you let something remain out of control, the more difficult it is trying to correct it. And the police department has been out of control for centuries, and it's only getting worse. The police are not held accountable when they do wrong, and it shouldn't be that way. No one is above the law, not even the damn law. If a police officer willingly commits a crime and a civilian commits that same crime, if the civilian's punishment is 5 years, the police officer's punishment, in my opinion, should be 10 years because you the damn law. We do not expect for police officers to become the criminals that we are hiring them to chase after. But most cops have been doing wrong for so long, they now think the wrong they do is right. It is of great emergency that we get police reform because this is just going to get worse and worse. And then you tell us little simple damn lies that a 3-year-old wouldn't tell. Okay. Now, they're on me about my time. We got to get on to today's topic, today's headline story. I was in Dallas, Texas when this happened. A white police officer, I think it was September the 6th. Her name is Amber Guyger. At that particular time, she was 30 years old. Amber Guyger had been a Dallas police officer, I think, for about 4 years. Amber Guyger worked a long shift. I think the first report came out said she had worked a 12-hour shift. I remember. I covered it. The first report came out said she had worked a 12-hour shift. The second report came out said, no, she worked a 15-hour shift. Okay, 12, 15, okay, what happened? Well, that's her job, you know. And not only did she work those long hours, she wanted those long hours, and they were approved. They said the day before that she worked 3 hours of overtime that she also asked for. whether she asked for the extra time or not. She worked them. Now, one night after she had worked a long shift, here's what they said. That she was extremely tired and she was confused because it's been a long day, you know. So here's what then Dallas police officer Amber Guyger did. Listen to me closely. She clocked out, went and retrieved her belongings, got into her vehicle, started the engine, proceeded to head home. She was a tenant at the Southside Flats Luxury Apartments, which is not too far from the police department, so she didn't have far to go. Now, let me make sure I get the floors right. I mixed them up one time. I don't want to get nothing wrong with this here. She lived on the third floor. She lives on the third floor of the Southside Flat Apartments in Dallas. A black man named Botham Jean lives on the fourth floor. Well, Amber Guyger, again, keep this in mind, said she was extremely tired from working a long shift. She was confused from working a long shift. She mistakenly parked on level 4. That's not her level. She's on level 3. Botman's on 6. She mistakenly parked on the wrong floor. She mistakenly went to the wrong apartment. The apartment she went to, because she was so extremely tired and frustrated and confused from working long hours that day, she thought it was her apartment. But it wasn't. The apartment was rented to 26-year-old Botham Jean, who was at home by herself. Had just finished eating pizza. Now, I went to the apartments and spoke with some neighbors when it happened. They tell a totally different story from what the police officer said happened. First of all, Amber Guyger lives alone. One neighbor said she heard someone saying in a non-police tone, "Open the door!" Damn. Open the door! Who the fuck are you talking to if you live alone? Who's in there? You live alone. And if this is your apartment, put the damn key in and go in. Well, guess she couldn't do that because it wasn't her apartment. So if that's not your apartment, why are you asking somebody to open the door to let you in and this is not yours and you live alone? Don't make any earthly damn sense to me. Okay? Scratch that. That's not what she said. Here's what she said. I stuck my electronic key in it, and it opened it for some reason. No, scratch that. That's not what she said. She didn't say that. We're going to erase that. Oh, I'm so tired, y'all. The door was ajar. It was somewhat open. I'm going to scratch that my damn self because the doors have springs on them. And they cannot stay open. It's just like going to a hotel. When you open it and go in, boom, it closes. Unless you put something there to stop it. It closes automatically. It closes. Now, shortly after 10 that night, she clocked out, I think they said, at 9:45 a.m. that night. and she was going home. But she got confused when she pulled up at the Southside Flat Apartments. That's when all hell broke loose. And that's when 26-year-old Botham Jean's life would come to an end at the hand of a devil in a uniform. I don't buy the story that she was confused because she was tired from working a long shift. Here's what you have to know. I might buy that if she was confused when she was trying to get her belongings, to go home. If she was confused about what vehicle to get in, but she wasn't. I might buy it if she mistakenly went to the wrong apartment complex. I might buy that. But it seems to me that between the time she clocked out and got to the Southside apartments, everything was fine. She was in her right damn mind, tired or not. She wasn't confused because she was where she lived. So that bullshit don't fly. Now, here we go. The neighbor said, they heard her beating on the door. Open the door, open the door. Who's in there? You live by yourself. So, how did the door open? Somebody had to open the door. Either she opened it with an electronic key, or it was already open. We can scratch that out. Or Botham Jean eventually got up and opened that door. And that's what happened. And she shot twice. Hit him once in the chest. Shortly after that, rather than use her radio, she used her cell phone. And she called 911. When the paramedics get there and other officers, we're watching surveillance video. She's hysterical. It went from confused to hysterical. She's walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She's talking to someone on the phone. And I'm like, why is she so damn hysterical? She's a police officer. She made a mistake. I mean, she's acting like she knows she really did something wrong intentionally. And then I want to know who in the hell was on the other end that she was talking to. Back and forth. She kept walking. Well, what happened, guy? Well, when I got in, I'm thinking it's my apartment, but it's pitch dark, so I can't see nothing. Okay, you're thinking it's your apartment, but it's pitch dark, and you can't see nothing. Am I right? Yeah, that's what I said. Okay. Well, you said that you saw an intruder, but now you're saying that it was pitch dark. You couldn't see anything. So if it was pitch dark, how could you see intruder? I saw a silhouette, and I just began to fire. And you still didn't know that wasn't your apartment? No, I'm still thinking it's mine, and somebody has broken in. No, ain't nobody broke in. You broke in. You committed a home invasion. That's what your ass just did. Now, when I cut the lights on, oh, shit. Oh, fuck. This ain't my place. One time she said that. The next report, I didn't realize that it wasn't my place until after I called 911. I had to go and get the apartment number. Then I realized that I didn't stay there. I don't know the relationship that they had. I don't know if they had a relationship. But I do know that this is a home invasion. And this is not manslaughter. This is a murder. Now, when the news first broke, police officer said that after interviewing Officer Guyger, they immediately knew that this was not an officer-involved shooting. I don't know why he said that, but he went on to say something else happened. And that was it. Either late that night on the 6th, September 6th, they drew some blood from her, or early On the 7th, they drew blood from her. The report was never released unless I missed it, which was always suspect. Now, she was placed on paid administrative leave. The city was in an uproar. They was demanding that she be arrested. And eventually, the police said that the DA's office was going to arrest her, and the charge was going to be homicide. That pissed everybody off, because that's not a homicide, that's a murder. But that's what she was charged with, homicide. Now, the police department went into Botham Jean's apartment with a search warrant. Allegedly, they found, I think they found a gun, ammo. Allegedly, they found, I think, some marijuana. It's been a minute, since I really looked at the story. But he was licensed to carry a gun. Good afternoon, Miss Hawkins, and my sister Yvette Archie, who should be on the show with me today. We're going to have to talk later. You guys go in time out. I'm really upset with you. Murder it was. You're right about that, though, but I'm still upset with you. Anyway, now, why did they execute a search warrant on his items? I don't know. I'm sure they have their reasons for what they did. Now, I don't want to misquote anything here. The police chief at that time, Renee Hall, pretty black woman, very pretty, very pretty, very pretty. But she also lies. There was an outcry for her to terminate Amber Guyger. Good afternoon, Miss Washington. How are you? And she wouldn't do it. So she came before the cameras. She came before the cameras. She came before the cameras, and she looked straight at the camera and said, the authority that I have would not allow me to fire her. I can't do that. Somebody else has to do that. Well, I immediately knew she was telling a damn lie, but if you're the chief of police and you can't fire somebody, you don't need that damn job. And it later came out when they got to digging, you lied. You can't terminate her. Especially when we're talking about the integrity of the police department. The integrity of the police department is on the line right now. This is a homicide. This is a home invasion. I think you perfectly right to terminate her ass. Took a minute. Eventually, she was terminated. She was arrested, and she posted a $300,000 bond on manslaughter charge. The Texas Rangers came in and took over the case. Once they had issued the warrant for her arrest, they pulled their warrant for her arrest back because they wanted to get some more information about the case. I honestly don't think that's why they pulled it back. I honestly think they was allowing her and her family to get time to get the funding to get out of jail. Shortly after that, she was arrested. She made bail and she left. Now, when she was on paid leave, while Botham Jean's family was perplexed and preparing to lay their loved one to rest, Amber Guyger got on a damn ship, took a cruise to enjoy life. When she had just executed an unarmed, innocent black man inside of his home. Now, I'm going to put some pictures up later of her apartment, Botham Jean's apartment, in the area of the door in there so you can see something. Botham Jean's apartment, they all look alike. The doors, they got the numbers up there with the lights. Look alike. They look alike. His apartment was the only apartment that stood out because it was different. There was a red oval-shaped mat with a flower down at the door. Now, her door was just like everybody else's. There was no red mat. There's nothing. So now, this is me. If I go there and I just happen to look down, oh, hell, I know that's not my apartment. And Because that right there tells me. The mat. I don't have a red or half-shaped mat in front of my door. But you was yelling, let me in, open the door, open the door. Who in the hell were you talking to if you live by yourself and nobody's in there? Now, if you said your electronic key fit that lock and let you in, you tell on a damn lie. It don't work that way. It just don't work that way. Now, I don't know what was going on. I doubt if they had a relationship. Some said that she had just recently complained to the manager about him playing loud music or whatever, so that could have been it. But we're now told that it also could have been that she went to the right floor at first. She went to her apartment first. Then she came and executed Botham. So this is how dumb she is. There is data from the electronic keys. You can pull the data from that, and it'll tell you how many times you entered, how many times you left out. It's going to give you the exact time and date. Your damn electronic key cannot fit his lock. That's not the way it works. It just don't work that way. How in the hell you going to tell me that this is your apartment, you think it's an intruder in there, and it's pitch black, you can't see no damn body? And all of this will come out in the courtroom because forensics, how many feet she were from, how many feet she was standing from him when she shot at him and killed him. And then later on, she had the audacity to insult him and his family by saying, well, this is what she said. If he had a gun, hell, he might be alive. And she's right. But he had a gun, and he was licensed to carry. But here's what she's wrong at. If her ass hadn't went to his house and killed him, he would be alive. So you insulted the family. You don't give a damn. You went on a damn cruise after you executed an unarmed, innocent black man inside of his apartment, and you expect for us to follow along with this Alice in Wonderland bullshit story about you mistakenly my ass. Mistakenly. Bullshit. Bullshit. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. Then she moved out in the wee hours of the morning. But she did, right? Because she had to go. If the apartment's manager was not going to put her out, eventually she would have had so much damn drama coming out, she'd just go ahead and leave her alone. But she left in the wee hours of the morning. She appeared in court the other day, and her trial date has been set for, I think, August the 12th. I had all this in front of me right before airtime. I think that's what it is. August the 12th, she goes back to court. The charge has now went from manslaughter to murder, which it should have been from day one. I'm a firm believer that the punishment should always fit the crime. The punishment should always fit the crime. This man was in his home, relaxing. We know a black man is not safe on a damn street. But now a black man is not safe even inside of his own home. He had never had no run-ins with the law. Never. He was a good guy. Had hopes and dreams. And she killed it all. Because she was suffering from fatigue. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. So it's an insult from Dallas Police Department to the family that you keep trying to do damage control and talk about how tired she was, and then you went a little bit further and said, and even the day before she worked long hours and stuff. It's not my goddamn problem. You gave her the hours, you okayed it. It's not my problem. She wasn't confused when she left. She wasn't. And it makes me angry too, Miss Hawkins. It pisses me off because you tell me these damn elementary lies and you think I'm super stupid and I'm going to believe this shit. Bullshit. You're lying. So it tells me this about Dallas Police Department. Dallas Police Department needs to be investigated. Because if you're going to uphold your officers in wrongdoings in this case here, how many other times have you done this? That's the scary part. No one is above the law. And I'm a firm believer that no police department on the planet should ever be allowed to investigate their very own. That's super damn stupid. That's like me investigating my child to see if she done something wrong that could get her 12 years in prison. Hell no, my daughter ain't do nothing wrong. As simple as that. The police department in the United States is out of control. It's out of control. And if we don't do something fast, later, we will not be able to do a damn thing. Botham Jean is in the grave because of a home invasion and an officer executing him simply because she wore a damn badge and a gun on her hip. It's sad. It is sad. And then you just tell the family whatever you want to tell the family. They believe it. They believe it. They don't. They don't. And it shouldn't be that way. Integrity. Integrity. When your officers do wrong, do to them as you do to civilians. Take them to court. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigations. Be as the Lord willing, we will see you tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in. Y'all have a good day.